This theme of homecoming and ancestors is something that I've been working with for myself in the last maybe 2 or 3 years. So more or less everything I do is somehow connected with the roots, with where home is. And home can mean so many different things. It's something that we hold within. It's something that where I am, home is, where my heart is, home is. It's the home of my heart. Whether I feel home with myself, whether I feel home in my own body, in my own skin, whether I feel home anywhere I go. But home is also the place where my parents are, where my ancestors are, and beyond that. So everywhere I come from, somehow my roots, the stories that my ancestors lived in, the children that were born, the life that was passed on, it's all connected. And the people who were buried in that earth, all of that is somehow connected to what I'm holding within, to this sense of home within as well. But then we take it further, or we take it beyond that, and we go to the home where we are right now. So for example, this land is not my ancestral land, but it is where I'm making home right now. So the ancestors of this land, they become in some ways my ancestors as well, because I'm almost connecting my roots to this land. So I'm connecting my roots to the ancestors that are buried in this land. I'm drinking the water here, I'm eating the food from here, so I'm in all ways connected with this land and the ancestors of this land. And then if we take it beyond that, there will be future lands that I will go to, maybe in this lifetime, maybe in another lifetime, maybe my my next generations will go to a different land, and that land would have had ancestors as well, or will have had ancestors as well. So those ancestors are also part of my home. So it's almost the continuum between the far, far in the back where all my ancestors come from, and far, far in the future where the ancestors will end up with, either me as an ancestor to those people, or maybe my children as ancestors to those people, or maybe just the places that I will go to and the ancestors of those places. And then if we take ourselves outside of the borders that belong to the land, and we look at ourselves as the souls, then we connect with ancestors of our souls. So the ancestors of the soul that go beyond time, beyond place, but they are the spiritual ancestors. So the ancestors of our spirit, of our soul, the teachers of our spirit and our soul. So all of those kinds of ancestors, all of those lands and their ancestors, they're all contributing to the feeling of being home. So when we are in harmony with all of them, when we have all of them standing around us and smiling at us, we have much more freedom and permission to feel at home wherever we are, where your sentence to them is, smile at me kindly wherever I am, because you will always be my ancestors. I will always be a child of this land, even if I am in a different land right now. And for many of our ancestors, that was the case, where they would leave their lands not from choice, sometimes from choice, but a lot of the time it would be connected to some sort of pain, to some sort of loss, and the rest of their life they're holding this longing, this craving, this sadness around leaving everything they belong to behind them, and we might just inherit a little bit of that. But if we connect the time, the past and the present and the future and outside of time, then we can access those painful points as well, and go beyond them. Just connect the time in such a way that it heals, that healing comes to all the generations behind us, and then they will be at peace to bless us to be at home wherever we are. We are doing as much as we can. We're doing this for ourselves, for our hearts, for our souls, and then trusting that it will have the ripples going both backwards in time and forwards in time, plus outside of time.